Good day, guys. Welcome back to King FX Trading Mastery. If this is your first time you will be stumbling on our channel, make sure you click the subscribe button and don't forget to activate the notification button so that you can be notified whenever we upload any new content, right? So this channel is actually for forex trading, crypto trading, binary options. So if you are into any of these online trading, make sure you click the subscribe button. Right. So before we get started in this week forex trading analysis, this strategy you're looking right in front of you. Before I comment with the analysis, this is called the King strategy. It is the combination of moving averages and other indicators. So if you want to learn more about this strategy, make sure you watch this video to the end. All right. So there is a recommendation at the end of this video where you can learn more about this strategy and the conditions before you can go into any trade, right? And you can also join our Telegram group. We have the link down in the description. Make sure you join our Telegram group where we have weekly training every Sunday. All right, there is a link down below. Make sure you join us on our Telegram group for more updates. All right, so let's get started in this week analysis. So this analysis is between Monday, May 24th to Friday, May 28th. All right. Monday, May 24th to Friday, May 28th. So let's get started. The first pair I'll be looking at right here is AUD Swiss franc. All right. Currently, AUD Swiss franc is sell bias, is going down. So from the weekly point of view, we can see the candle that closed last week is a strong bearish momentum candle. So with this in mind, we may see this pair pull down some more to 0.6745 during this coming week, right? And the daily candle also proved to us that this pair is still most likely going to drop some more according to the weekly candle. So the daily candle also give us a strong bearish momentum candle. So with this in mind, once market opens, we may see this pair to pull down to, according to daily time frame, we will see it to pull down to 0.6870, right? So this is sell bias. So we want to wait for this pair to pull back up. According to this strategy, we want to wait for it to pull back up. So when you see the cross between the two EMAs, then you want to take your sell trade, take your sell trade to the downside, and your first profit is going to be at 0.6870. All right, while our weekly target is going to be at 0.6745. all right, so make sure you follow the signal accordingly. All right, so AUD Swiss franc is sell bias. The next pair I'll be looking at is AUD JPY. AUD JPY AUD JPY is also sell bias according to H1 and H4 time frame. So we take our trade on H1, right? Our entry time frame is H1 for those of you who do not know. All right, so the weekly candle for AUD JPY shows that this pair is still ready to pull down some more during this coming week. So with that in mind, we may see this pair on weekly candle, we may see this pair to pull down to 82.28 during this coming week. All right, so and the daily candle also proves to us that we have a bearish engulfing candle, so which is a clear signal that we may see this pair to also respect the weekly support. So with this in mind, on daily time frame, we have this bearish engulfing. So we may expect this to pull down to 83.06, which is going to be the first target, while the overall weekly target is going to be at 82.28. All right. So coming to H1, which is our entry time frame, this is currently sell bias. So we want to wait for the minor pullback, then take your sell entry to the downside once the two moving average crosses back to the downside, and take your first profit right here, okay, at 82.9 83.92, while the next profit is going to be at 83.06. And remember, our weekly target is going to be at the red support, right? So AUD JPY is sell bias. Look for a sell on AUD JPY. AUD USD, this is currently sell bias according to H1 and H4. So coming to the weekly time frame, we have a bearish candle closed last week. So this may give us the opportunity for this pair to pull down to respect this red support at 0.7533 during this coming week. So coming to daily, we also have an inside bar. So this inside bar may is most certainly going to be a continuation to the downside, because within the week we have a bearish engulfing candlestick. As this candle that I'm pointing my mouse to, this is a bearish engulfing candlestick, and the green one we are seeing right here is a retest to this one. So this one is going to be a continuation, okay? According to market structure, this one is going to be a continuation. So we may see price according to daily time frame to drop down to 0.7685, and once this level get broken, it has higher level of assurance to fall down to the red support at 0.7533. All right. So coming to our entry time frame, which is H1. So we want to see a pullback. All right. We want to see a pullback to the upside. Then take your sell entry as market is pulling down, and take your first profit before 0.7685, which is the daily support. And once this level get broken, we are heading down to the red support. So AUD USD, look for a sell. AUD card, this is also moving to the downside according to H1 and H4. So coming to the weekly time frame, we see this as a strong bearish momentum to the downside. The weekly candle closed with a red candle. So having this in mind, we may see this pair to drop down to where we have this red support during this coming week at 0.9042 during this coming week. So coming down to daily also proves to us that we have a bearish engulfing candlestick. So this may give this the opportunity to push down some more during this coming week. All right. But before we look into the red support, we want to look out for 0.9245, which is going to be the daily support. So coming back to our entry time frame, which is H1, we want to wait for the pullback, then take your sell entry and take your first profit before the green support. And once this green support get broken, we are heading down to the red support at 0.9042, I beg your pardon. So look for a sell on AUD card. AUD is a good pair to look for a sell. The next pair I'll talk about is Swiss Franc JPY. Swiss franc JPY is currently pushing up according to H1 and H4. So coming to weekly time frame, we see the weekly candle close with a bullish candlestick. So with this in mind, we may see this to push up some more, because we have a rejection from the downside to the upside, which ended the candle as a green candle. So this may give us the opportunity to see this pair to push up some more during this coming week. So we expect this pair to push up to the red resistance at 123.74 during this coming week. All right. So coming to daily, we also see this ended with a bullish candlestick. So these are all indication that we may see this pair to keep pushing up, guys. So coming to our entry time frame, you can wait for this. You have to wait for this for the pullback to happen. Then take your entry, and you can take your first profit at 121.51. Okay, your first profit at 121.51. And once that level get broken, we are heading up to the red resistance at 123.74. All right. So Swiss franc JPY, look for a buy. Swiss franc JPY, look for a buy. CAD JPY. CAD JPY is also to the upside according to H1 and H4. So coming to the weekly time frame, we see that this is like an indecision candle, but surely it ended in green, okay, which may give this the opportunity to push up some more during this coming week. All right. So with this in mind, this is currently approaching a strong resistance level. CAD JPY is currently approaching a strong resistance level. So we may see this pair to push up, to push down once this resistance is hit. Okay, but we're going to wait to see what is going to happen. But remember, our overall weekly target according to this is for price to push up to 95.82. okay, if this green resistance get broken. Otherwise, we're going to start looking for a sell right after that, probably next week. So the daily candle with this, the daily candle also closed with green, okay, with some rejection from the downside. So this may give this opportunity to push up to this green resistance at 91.55. all right. So if 91.55 get broken, we are heading to the red resistance. All right. So with this in mind, CAD JPY is good for a buy. All right. So once market opens, if there is no jump, you can take your buy trade, and remember your SL is going to be at the last low. So once market opens, this is going to be for a good buy if there is no gap between the market. All right. So your first take profit is going to be at the green resistance, which is 91.55, which is the daily resistance. So CAD JPY is good for a buy. Look for a buy on CAD JPY. So Euro AUD is the next pair I'm going to talk about. Euro AUD, we see this is still to the upside, based on H1 and H1 according to this strategy. So with this in mind, the weekly candle, we see that it ended in green, which is a bullish candle. So we may see this pair to keep pushing up during this coming week. Okay, but our overall so we may see this to push up to where we have this resistance at 1.5943 during this coming week. All right. So the daily candle will also have a perfect bullish engulfing candlestick pattern right here. And of course, with additional confirmation, we have a break of structure right here, okay, which is this green uh, support right now. So this is a clear confirmation that Euro AUD is most certainly going to approach 1.5941 during this coming week. So AUD, Euro AUD, I beg your pardon. We want to wait for that pullback to happen, right? Want to wait for that pullback to happen, and we take our buy entry to the upside. Remember, if the two the blue and black EMA crosses to the downside, you want to wait for them to go back up before you start looking for a buy trade. All right. So Euro AUD is good for a buy. Euro AUD, look for a buy. The next thing I'm going to talk about is Euro card. Euro card is currently sell by us, so we want to start looking for a sell. The weekly candle closed with a we have some rejection from the weekly candle right now. So this is a shooting star, okay, more like a pin bar. So guys, with this in mind, this is telling us that this pair has the tendency of moving down. Okay, it has the tendency of dropping some more during this coming week to uh to the red resistance, because that is where price is heading to according to this formation. So during this coming week, we may see this pair euro card to drop to 1.4262, but this may not happen in 1 or 2 weeks, but depending on how fast the market is going to move on this pair. So coming to daily, we have this bearish candlestick pattern. Okay, this is a strong one. So this may give this pair the opportunity to drop down to the daily support at 1.4583. So we may see this to drop down to 1.4583 during this coming week. Okay, so right after that, we may see another pullback before we see the price to push down. All right. So the daily, our entry time frame, which is H1. So we want to look out for a sell once market opens, right? So you may wait for the cross to the upside between 5 and 12 to the upside and take your sell entry. And remember, the stochastic is there for the continuation entry, which we can see the cross right now has happened between the stochastic. So once market opens, and if there is no gap between the market, take your sell entry, and you may take your first profit before this support, which is 1.4646. All right, 1.4646. And if that level get broken, we will head to 1.4583. All right, and overall lookout is the red support, which we think may not happen in 1 or 2 weeks. All right, so euro card is going to be a good one to look out for a sell. Euro card should be a good one to look out for a sell. Euro NZD. Euro NZD is currently to the upside. So coming to the weekly time frame, we see this pair is currently approaching a resistance right now, but based on this green momentum candle, okay, as the week close with a green candle, so we may see this level get broken to head on to the red resistance at 1.7355. So the weekly target for Euro NZD is at the red resistance at 1.7355. All right. So coming to daily, we also have the the week closed, the daily candle closed with a green candle, and we can see a confirmation of break of structure right here as market has broken this resistance. So coming to daily, we're expecting this pair to push up some more based on daily resistance, to push up to 1.7068. So that's going to be our first target once we go into this pair. So we want to wait for this pair to come down. So on its way to the upside, we want to ride this to the upside, and we take our first profit before the green resistance at 1.7068. And once that level get broken, we are heading to the red resistance at 1.7355. So Euro NZD is a good one to look for a buy. Euro NZD, look for a buy. The next pair I want to talk about is Euro Swiss Franc. Euro Swiss Franc, we can see this pair is pushing down. Okay, it's currently sell bias. So the weekly candle, as we can see, closed with a perfect shooting star candle. So with this in mind, it's a clear confirmation that we may see this pair to push down some more, probably in 1 or 2 weeks, to come to the red support at 1.0772. So that's going to be our weekly target, but this may not happen in 1 week, but that is the weekly target. So the daily target right here, we can see the week also closed with a strong, the daily candle that closed on Friday also closed with a strong uh bearish candlestick. So, and this is currently approaching a daily it's currently approaching the daily support. So right now, with this in mind, based on this candlestick formation and the weekly candlestick, we may see this pair break this support and head down to 1.0889. All right, okay, so we may see this, we see price head down to this level, this support right here. So guys, that's going to be our first target. So coming to the entry time frame, so we definitely want to wait for the pullback before we enter this trade. You can see RSI and stochastic is already oversold, so you have to wait for this pair to pull back. No matter what, wait for it to pull back and take your sell entry. All right, take your sell entry. As you take your sell entry, you can opt out of the trade at before 1.0889. So Euro Swiss Franc is good for a sell. This is going to be a good one to look out for a sell, guys. So Euro Swiss Franc, look for a sell. The next pair I want to talk about is Euro GBP. Euro GBP, we currently see this pair is also sell bias based on H1 and H4. So the weekly candle, we see the weekly candle proves to us that this pair is still most likely going to push down some more. All right, so we expect this pair to push down some more. So we expect this level to get broken, but during this coming week we expect it to push down some more to 0.8485. all right, but if this level get broken, our next target is going to be at the red support at 0.8288. all right, so the daily candle, we also have this pair ended with a red candle. So this may be a good confirmation to us that this pair is still going to push down some more. And of course, we can see a break of structure on daily right here. So this is another confirmation that this pair is most likely going to push down to the green support at 0.8485. So we are currently sell bias on this. We want to look out for a sell. This pair has already pulled back into the 120 moving average. So once market opens, you can take your sell trade. Okay, you can see the cross between the 5 and 12 moving average is about to happen to the downside. So you can just take your sell trade, all right? If there is no gap between on this pair, if there's no gap, you can take your sell trade and opt out of this pair when price is approaching 0.8485. So this is going to be a good one to look out for a sell as well. So Euro GBP, look out for a sell. GBP JPY, GBP JPY, GBP JPY is currently to the upside, all right? So we can see the 5 and 12 moving average is currently resting on the 120 moving average. So we may see this push up once market opens, but actually we want to be very careful not to see this we want to see this pair not to the 5 and 12 moving average must not go down below the 120 moving average. All right, so coming to the weekly candle, we can see we have an indecision candle right here. Okay, but this indecision candle, according to market structure, we can see a level has been broken right here on weekly time frame. So this indecision candle, we may see this pair to push up some more during this coming week. So we may see it to push up some more to the red resistance at 156.58 during this coming week. So the daily candle ended with a red candle. So this may give us the opportunity to see this pair to push down some more, all right, during this coming week. And if that should happen, it's going to invalidate this setup, all right? So if it does not happen, we want to wait to see the cross between the 5 and 12 moving average to the upside. And if that happens to the upside, we want to take our buy entry, all right? Take our buy entry and take your first profit before 156.79, all right? And if this level get broken, we are heading up to the red resistance, all right, at the weekly time frame, all right? So GBP JPY, it's a good one to look for a buy. GBP JPY, look for a buy. GU also has almost the same structure with GJ, all right? So GU is currently buy bias. So with this in mind, this is sitting at a weekly resistance right now based on this candle, but the candle closed with a green candle with some rejection from the upside to the downside. So having this in mind, we want to see what price is going to present to us, as this pair is currently sitting at a major supply zone, all right? So the daily candle gives us a bearish candle. So this may be an indication to see this pair to push down some more during this coming week. As you can see, the pair is currently respecting this resistance zone. So having this in mind, based on H1 and H4, which is our entry time frame, once we see this cross to the upside, it is still buy bias. You can take your buy entry and exit your trade before this resistance at 1.4232. Okay, so guys, we want to be careful with this pair. All right, we want to be careful with this pair. It's not so strong to look for a buy based on the weekly and daily time frame. So we want to be careful with GU, but it is currently buy bias. So sorry about that. So the next pair I want to talk about right here is GBP NZD. GBP NZD. Okay, this pair is currently buy bias. So the weekly candle we can see right now ended with a strong bullish candle. So with this is an indication that this pair is most likely going to break this green resistance and end onto the red resistance at 2.0252. Okay, so that is our weekly target right here at the red resistance, while the daily shows that the daily also confirms what the weekly is telling us. So the daily also ended with a green candle, so which we may see this pair keep pushing up. All right, but currently this pair is approaching the daily resistance, so that's going to be our first target once we enter the trade on the daily, on the H1 time frame. So we wait for the pullback to happen on H1, then take your buy entry. Once you are into the buy entry, so make sure you take your profit or part of your profit before 1.9818, and if that level get broken, we are heading on to the red resistance as 2.0252. So GBP NZD is a good one to look out for a buy. GBP AUD, the same structure we have on GN is what we have on GA. So it's currently buy bias. The weekly also shows with a strong bullish candlestick. So we may see this pair to push up some more to the red resistance during this coming week at 1.8503. So the daily candle we have our bullish engulfing, so which is a clear indication that we may see this pair to respect the red resistance as 1.8503. So this is also buy bias. So let's wait for the pullback. We wait for the pullback, then catch your buy entry and take part of your profit before 1.8326. And if that level get broken, we are heading on to the red resistance. All right, so that's going to be our weekly target. GA, look for a buy. GBP AUD, look for a buy. G-Chef is currently to the downside. So the weekly candle, we have an inside back candle on weekly candle. So with this in mind, we may see this pair push up during this coming week, all right, based on this candlestick formation. But certainly this pair is still sell bias on H1. So the daily candle also proves to us that we have is closed with a bearish candlestick, which is currently sitting at a support right here. But with this in mind, we may see this pair to come down to respect this supply zone and this support right here, the green one right here. So during this coming week, we may see this pair to push down, okay, before we finally see the push up, if ever is going to happen. So with this pair, we also want to be careful, guys. It's not so clear, but we want to be careful, but be careful with it. So according to this strategy, this is still sell bias. So we want to be careful with G-Chef also. So this is still sell bias. So once we take our trade, we want to opt out before this support at 1.2590. All right, so G-Chef, look out for a sell G-Chef. G card is still pushing down, so still sell bias. So the weekly candle we have a rejection, a pin bar. So we may see this pair to come down a little bit more to this green support right here. So with this in mind, the daily candle we also have a bearish candlestick pattern that closed on Friday. So with this in mind, we may see this pair to push down some more, guys, during this coming week. So we also want to be careful with this pair, guys. The same thing that is happening on G-Chef is happening on this, is happening on G card. All right, so with this, it is currently sell bias. So what we may see this pair to push down some more if ever we're still going to see the push up. So we want to take our sell trade on this pair once you see the pullback, all right, and take your first profit before 1.704, all right, and look out for 1.6871 as the overall profit, all right. So guys, G card, it is good for a sell. G card is good for a sell. NZD this is sell bias. So the weekly candle we have a red candle. The weekly close with a red candle. So with this, we may see this pair to come down to this red support at 0.6944, right, during this coming week, all right. But this may not happen in 1 week, but depending on how this pair is going to move. So the daily candle we also have close with a bearish candle. So this is not an inside back candle. It's closed with an inside with a bearish candle. So based on the weekly, I beg your pardon, based on the daily, we may see this pair to come down to 0.7115, all right, based on the daily. So once we take our trade, our overall target, sorry, our daily target is going to be at 0.7115, while our overall target for the week is going to be at 0.6944, which is at the red support, which I think will not happen in 1 week. Okay, so once we go into this trade on our entry time frame, we want to wait for this pullback on the entry, then on the entry time frame, then take your sell trade, and exit and take your profit before 0.7115, all right. And if 0.7115 get broken, then we are heading down to the red support, guys. Okay, so guys, NZD is going to be a good one to look out for a sell. NZD look out for a sell. NZD JPY, this pair is also sell bias. So the weekly candle we have a strong bearish candlestick that closed last week. So this is giving us an indication that this pair is going to push down to the weekly support at 75.61, right, during this coming week. So the daily candle we also have a bearish engulfing. Okay, this is not a private bearish engulfing, okay, but it ended with a bearish candlestick. So the daily support, as you can see right here, which is where we are expecting price to get to, price is expected to get to this level at 77.14, all right, daily. So once you take your trade, it may take 2 days or 3 days for this pair to get to this support at 77.14. So coming back to our entry time frame, we want to wait for this pair to pull back a little bit, then take your sell entry. Once you take your sell entry, you can take your first profit at this H4 level, which is 74.76, all right, and take your next profit before the daily support at 77.14, all right. So guys, this pair is good for a sell. Remember, our daily target is 77.14, all right, while our weekly target is 75.61. So NZD look out for a sell. NZD look out for a sell. NZD card is also sell bias. Same structure we have on NZD JPY and NZD USD is what we are having on almost all NZD pairs. So the weekly candle, you can see, ended with a strong bearish candlestick. So this is going to be an indication for us to see this pair to come down to this red support during this coming week at 0.8376, right? But as we can see right now, the pair is currently sitting at a support right now, but we are optimistic this support may get broken based on the momentum we have on this pair to the downside. So the daily candlestick also closed with a bearish candlestick. So as you can see, it's currently at a support right now. So we're expecting this support to get broken for price to keep heading down to the red support. So with this pair, it is good for a sell. So we only want to wait for the pullback. Wait for the pullback and take your sell entry. Take your sell entry and exit your take your first profit before 0.8617. And once that level get broken, we are heading down to the red support. All right, so NZD card, it is good for a sell. NZD card is good for a sell. NZD Swiss franc, the same structure we have on NZD Swiss franc is all we have on the red NZD pairs. So this pair is good for a sell. It is currently sell bias right now. So the weekly candle, we have a strong bearish candlestick, as you can see. So this is telling us that this pair has the ability to drop down to this red support at 0.6315. All right, so the daily candle also closed with a strong uh bearish candlestick. So with this in mind, it's telling us that the red resistance is going to, the red support, I beg your pardon, is going to be respected during this coming week. But as you can see, it's currently approaching a support on the daily time frame. So we expect this support to get broken. So NZD Swiss franc, we want to wait for this pullback, then take your sell entry and get out and take part of your profit before 0.6414. All right, NZD Swiss franc is good for a sell. NZD Swiss franc is good for a sell. USD card, USD card, USD card is still sell bias right now. So the weekly candle we see close with a bearish candlestick, and we can see this is currently sitting at a support. So we want to be careful with this pair, guys. So we only want to start looking out for more trade once this support get broken. So but we expect if this support get broken, it's going, the next support is going to be at the red support, which is at 1.1288. All right, so the daily candle also proves to us that we have some rejection to the upside from the candle. So this is an indecision candlestick. So we may see this pair push up some more. So because it's currently sitting at a strong support. So nevertheless, we're going to see what is going to happen before we make our decision. But with this in mind, we can see this pair is currently sell bias right now. So we want to look out for a sell. Want to look out for a sell. Like I said, guys, we want to be careful with this pair USD card. We want to be careful. So once you take your sell trade, you must come out of the trade before 1.2019. All right, so USD card, look for a sell. The last pair I'm going to be talking about is gold. Gold. So gold is currently buy bias based on H1 and H4, and according to this strategy. So the weekly candle we can see close with a strong bullish candlestick, I beg your pardon. So it's telling us that during this coming week, gold is most likely going to keep up to 1961 0.38. So we expect gold to push up to this red resistance during this coming week. So the daily candlestick, we can see, also ended with in green, and we can see a significant resistance got broken right here. So this is an indication that this pair is going to keep pushing up. So gold is a good one to look out for a buy. So wait for that pullback to happen, then take your sell entry. But remember, gold is not for every trader. It has high volatility, so if you want to trade, you can look out for your entry on 15 minutes. All right, so gold is good for a buy. So guys, that's all I have for you today. So just a quick recap: we have a lot of pairs setting up. So this analysis has been has taken a long time. I've taken over 35 to 40 minutes to analyze this market. So because we have a lot of pairs setting up, so it has so we have to look out for a lot of pairs, guys. So quick recap: AUD Swiss franc, look for a sell. AUD JPY, sell. AUD USD, sell. AUD card, sell. Swiss franc JPY, buy. Card JPY, buy. Card JPY, buy. Euro AUD, buy. Euro card, sell. Euro NZD, buy. Euro Swiss franc, sell. Euro GBP, sell. GBP JPY, buy. GBP USD, buy. GBP NZD, buy. GBP AUD, buy. GBP Swiss franc, sell. G card, sell. NZD USD, sell. NZD JPY, sell. NZD card, sell. NZD Swiss franc, sell. USD card, sell. Gold, buy. Gold, buy. So the weak pair I have for you guys are AUD and NZD. These pairs are currently weak. AUD, Australian dollars, is weak. New Zealand dollars is also weak. All right. So the strong pair I have for you guys is Canadian dollars is strong. Great Britain pounds is strong. Swiss franc is also strong. So guys, you want to look out for this pair. So my recommendation for you guys is to look out for your trade on AUD pairs and NZD pairs. These are the pairs that has good setup. Okay, all of them are good, but the perfect one, as we can spot, are AUD pairs and NZD pairs. These are the ones that has good structure and better setup. So that's all I have for you guys. For those of you who are watching this for the first time, there is a link at the end of this video in the next few seconds right now. So to learn more about this strategy, all right? So if you have not subscribed, remember, click that red button below and turn on the notification bell. And make sure you join us on our Telegram group. There's a link down below in the description. So join us. I look forward to see you guys. So I expect you guys to make good profit, as we made a lot of profit during this week that ended doing with this strategy. So you guys, I wish you best of luck in your trading journey. So I look forward to see more of you during the midweek analysis. Thank you so much, guys, and bye bye for now. Happy trading and God bless you guys.